There everybody, this is Mishmura speaking and thank you so much for tuning in to this channel, Vubli's official Twitch channel. We've got a very busy day today, and not only is it a busy day, it is also Decisions Day. Decisions on who will make it to the last stage of the WSVG 1 vs 1 tournament. We will start in just a couple of minutes with the last match of Group 2, the match between DauT from Serbia and SYO from China. And just as the community correctly predicted, this group was always going to be one of the most interesting ones at this point. And with only one game left, there are 3 players that still have a chance of making it to the next stage. However, as we all know, only 2 will be able to make it. Now, there are a couple of different scenarios here. If DauT loses today, doesn't matter by what result, he will be out of the tournament, as he would only be able to achieve 9 points at the maximum, and that would put him just behind Yinghua in the 3rd place. If DauT wins by 4-0 or 4-1, then it will be Yo, the one who needs to say goodbye to the tournament, since he will then have a maximum of 9 points himself. The only result that would satisfy both players here would be a 4-2 win for DauT. In that case, all 3 players would finish with 10 points each, but the win-loss ratios would give Mr. Yo the 1st place and DauT the 2nd place, leaving Yinghua out of the tournament. If DauT wins by 4-3, then he will finish with the same amount of points than Yinghua, but DauT lost the match versus Yinghua, so he would be placed below him. Wrapping it up, Mr. Yo only needs to win 2 games to secure his ticket to the Maldives, while DauT cannot lose more than 2 games. Exciting stuff coming up in just a few moments on Vubli Official. I hope you'll stay with me, and sure hope you'll enjoy the show.
Seen life and take life. I am without fear in the face of my enemies. I am brave and upright. I'm strong, unpredictable, unstoppable.
Never gets all that video, and the guys are not messing about. Guys, here we are, it's game 1. They have launched Dry Arabia, being played here by Mr. DauT on the blue color here on the north side of the map. He picked Aztecs, as you can see. Mr. Yo is playing here down south, picked Aztecs as well, so it's gonna be an Aztecs war from these players on the game 1 of their last match, the deciding match on who will make it to the next stage of the Maldives. I will start taking a look at DauT's map first here on the north side, as we just said before. So far, I like his wood quite a lot. It's pretty nice and pretty nice and close to his TC. The gold is a little bit at the front here, but does not seem to me like that will be a major problem. He can steal walls somewhere around here or even here. So far it looks like a nice map to me. He's got another forest over here at the right side, so that's even gonna help him a little bit more finishing those walls that you usually will see when there's an Aztecs war. Switching down to Mr. Yo, what about him? The gold wide open here in the front, quite wide open here in the front. He does not seem, well, he does have here a nice patch of wood as well in the back. That front wood here would be nice as well, but surely a lot easier to be raided from. The only thing that I don't like too much is that gold over here at the front, but you guys need to keep in mind he can still close it easily with a few palisades over here, a few palisades over here, and even a few palisades over here. He would have a very, very nice base with quite some far away walls. So altogether it looks to me like DauT has got a little bit of a better map here, but nothing too major in my opinion, at least not so far. I can see the Eagle Warrior here of Mr. Yo already going forward to DauT's base, and looks like he's gonna steal 2 sheep straight away. Here he goes. These sheep are quite unlucky for DauT, you gotta say. Look how far away they were from the TC. So already a little bit unlucky here for DauT. Mr. Yo coming in from the left side. He will be able to spot the spore over here, but looks like DauT is not going to kid around. He's going to take one of them, but do keep in mind there are 2 of them. There are 2 boars. So if Mr. Yo comes here on time, he could be very well able to get one of those boars from DauT. Let's see if he will be able to find it. He really is walking into that direction, so I would be quite surprised if we don't see the first lane of the series. He can see it. He can see it. Will he do it? Will he do it? Looks like no. Looks not like he's not willing to do it. DauT was playing this quite safe himself. He had his Eagle Warrior over here, making sure that Mr. Yo is not gonna try any funny business here, or will he? Looks like he's going back for it. DauT is right there. Will he just allow him to do that? No, he will not. No, he will not. Moving back is Mr. Yo, and seems like DauT is not gonna take any more risks. He's gonna take the boar, make sure it lands as soon as possible under his TC. It's gonna be a little bit early, as you can see here. There's still 190 food left from the first boar, but there you go, better safe than sorry. And with this much of stuff at stake, nothing surprises me here. Looks like DauT is trying to take the big turn. I'm not sure if that's to give his villagers enough time to finish. Well, a little bit messy executed over there, but nothing too major. The boar is down, just under his TC. Quite nicely done. Let's take a look at what Yo is doing with his villagers. He's got 5 villagers. These are 5 villagers on wood. So I would be quite surprised to not see a barracks being dropped quite soon. He's bringing in his second boar. Not at the perfect timing, you gotta say. Looks like the first boar was finished quite a long time ago. So a little bit delayed on the board there was Mr. Yo. Still gets a perfect lure just under his TC. Really nicely done. And the wood count looks like he will be able to make a barracks very soon. Will he make it? Yeah, I can see a villager walking out here, and that would surprise me very much if that's not going to be a barracks. Here it is, quite at the place I was expecting to see it as well, here at the front, in order to make it easier to finish some walls over here at the front. What about DauT? Yeah, DauT dropping in a barracks as well. Let's switch into his point of view. He's bringing in more villagers to wood as well, in order to have enough wood to make more and more farms. The barracks seems like it will be up before Mr. Yo's. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It's almost on 100%. And pretty much I'm expecting to see here a drush on drush war. Also DauT doing quite the expected thing, right? So he's just trying to lay down a few houses over here, trying to close this with the buildings. Eventually he's gonna try to make a few palisades over here in time, eventually here and here too. We'll have to see. Maybe he will go for the small walls. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's go back to Mr. Yo. That's his barracks being done already. He's making 2 militias already, and DauT has scouted this, so he knows very much what's coming from Mr. Yo. He can see it clearly. Let's go into his point of view. Yes, you can see he's even gonna try. No, he was maybe gonna try to escape from that side. Mr. Yo just denied him that. Nothing that's gonna hurt him too much because the right side's still pretty much open. What about DauT? Yeah, looks like he is doing a few militia as well. So it doesn't look to me like this is going to be man-at-arms. It does look to me like this is going to be a drush-on-drush war. Going back here to Mr. Yo, seems like he is luring in a few deer. Something that will help him get sooner to Castle Age. 4th militia on the way. It looks like DauT is going to try and stop him. No, he's not. He just keeps on scouting, trying to know what is his opponent doing. This deer looks like it's going to land just nice and easy under the TC. Well, I talked a little bit too soon there. There it goes. Just nice and easy in the right direction. Nicely done here by Yo. He's waiting for his 5th militia to come out, and eventually he will move in. In the meanwhile, this is DauT going in already. He knows exactly where he wants to attack. It looks like both Eagle Warriors will start a small battle here. DauT does not want to lose too much HP on that Eagle Warrior, so he brings in the rest of his militia, and this is going to be the first engagement of the afternoon, and I'm waiting to see when will Mr. Yo release them. Here we go. There's no wolves on the way, so this will all come down to micro. Mr. Yo starts attacking first. I like his position a little bit more. DauT's militia were walking a little bit too much, so that's one that goes down already. One for Yo. Everything 0-0 here. A little bit of a pause here. Who will make it better? That was another one for Mr. Yo, another one for DauT, and looks to me like Yo is winning this clearly at this point. That's gonna be the Eagle Warrior down for DauT, and that's 3 militia left for Mr. Yo. Quite a nice win for him here. One of them even with quite a decent amount of HP left. This one over here. You've got to wonder though, are these militia going to be able to do any kind of damage on DauT? We'll have to wait and see. Something not very fortunate for Mr. Yo here. He's going through the wrong side, if one may say. He should have gone through the left side. Of course, he cannot know that DauT's base is pretty much walled. Yeah, I would assume DauT will be able to complete that wall over there in time. And he's now going to try and move through the left side. I think DauT is going to be alright from this. In the meanwhile, you can take a look at my dashboard over here at the right side, the top right side, and you can see Mr. Yo was the first one to click up to Feudal Age. Looking at his resources, looks to me like he will be able to go fast castle with no problem. Anyway, DauT trying to wall this here. He's gonna be caught off guard by this militia here. What way are we trying to fight, DauT? Yes, just GB with your villager. Make sure you won't lose any villager. At this point, he seems to keep stopping. I'm not sure why he's doing this. He now needs to target the low HP one, which of course he does. These guys are pros. They know exactly how to play this. Mr. Yo with 1 militia less. One of them is still quite low HP as well. Look at the resources for Mr. Yo. Look at that. He will be able to click straight away after he's able to finish his both buildings. That's an archery range and that's a blacksmith. Nothing surprising at this point from his side. We're going to take a look at DauT. Yeah, DauT seems to be hurting a little bit for resources, to be honest. He's still only on 80%, but does look to me like he does not have a whole lot of resources here to be able to do a fast castle. Eventually, in due time, he will. And this is DauT trying to block the passage here for Mr. Yo. He's bringing in 3 villagers. All those 3 villagers are on full HP, so I think he won't be too bothered about this. He won't lose any villager. I do wonder if this was the best option to start building from this side. And as we just said before, it looks like he's hurting a little bit for resources over here. Something I don't like too much. Anyway, let's see if this villager is going to be caught. No, everything fine for DauT. Everything fine for DauT. But do keep in mind that Mr. Yo is going to be able to delay these buildings a little bit further while he is up to castle already. That's 25%. Well, you do have to question the buildings over here. I'm not sure why this archery range was placed here. I was sort of expecting to see them over here on the left side, but anyway, that's where Mr. Yo went for it. Take a look at DauT, still hurting to go up. Considering the standard times these guys are able to pull, 15 minutes click up to castle time really does not seem optimal to me here. Let's see if you will be able to recover from this. Mr. Yo will be able to go up. I would say 1 or 2 minutes before DauT. And let's see how much of a role that is going to play. That militia over there has just sealed his fate. He's down now as well. Still was able to do a sort of a job. He was able to delay DauT in his buildings here, as we just said before. I'm going to switch back to Mr. Yo, who moves in straight away with archers. These are +1 already. He will be upgrading them to crossbowmen as soon as he reaches Castle H. He will have the resources, as we just said before. And he is sort of walling the way we predicted over here at the front. The right side still quite open in this case. He knows very much where he wants to go. He knows exactly where DauT's wood is. I think this villager's... Yeah, I think he should wait until he's got the crossbowman upgrade, because then eventually he will be able to one-shot the villagers. By doing this, yeah, I'm afraid he's going to give away the position of his army to DauT. So I wish Mr. Yo would have waited a little bit longer. I think he now realizes it, goes back a little bit with the army, brings 2 more. DauT needs to take care of this. He needs to make sure he won't lose any of these archers before he makes it to Castle H. And this is going to be now the crossbowman upgrade here for Mr. Yo. There he goes. Looks like he still didn't go for the +2 attack upgrade. Looks like he wants to wait a little bit for that one. But in the meanwhile, you can see how much this is disrupting DauT's economy already. DauT needed to move his villagers quite a lot over here. And the villagers need to walk a very far way until they reach that lumber camp over here. This is DauT going out to Castle H. He's upgrading these archers to crossbowmen, and he is doing the +2 attack upgrade straight away, something that Mr. Yo choose not to do, at least not just now. And I do like this for DauT. I do like this a lot, because he knows he is a little bit behind on the Castle H time, so having that technology advance will probably be very beneficial for him. He starts firing at the army of Mr. Yo here, but does not manage to capture one of those crossbows and runs back a little bit more. Game does feel a little bit laggy. Hope this is only a spectator thing and not for both players, because we do know Mr. Yo does have a very stable connection and usually does not lag. Anyway, this is going to be Mr. Yo now with a +2 upgrade as well. So we'll have to wait and see how will this fight go for both players. Yeah, it looks like Mr. Yo does not want to fight this at this point. He goes back a little bit, and this is the perfect timing to take a look at the TCs. It's only 1 TC for Mr. Yo, only 1 TC at this point, and we'll take a look at what is DauT doing. 1 TC for DauT as well. No player wants to take any risks. They want to invest in army. They don't want to be behind in army count. And this is Mr. Yo sniping one of DauT's crossbowmen here. Nice job by Mr. Yo. He's trying to search for the hill the whole time. Takes another one, and eventually a third one on the way. DauT needs to go back a little bit and even consider doing ballistics straight away. No, he goes for town centers. He goes for town centers first. What about Mr. Yo? Yeah, Mr. Yo still delaying this a little bit. I'm missing the ballistics for one of the players. This is just a lovely place here for Mr. Yo, isn't it? He can either search and go here for the hill, for the small hill over here, or he can just camp the wood line of DauT. So this is quite a nice spot here for Mr. Yo. I think DauT needs to consider moving these villagers in due time to the left side of his map over here. Still not broken that wall, so this is Mr. Yo still searching for a place to head. He will now go to this side of the wood line of DauT. DauT needs to be on point here, otherwise he will lose 1 or 2 villagers. Doesn't look like he's looking at this. That's 1 villager down, eventually second on the way. The second manages to survive. Mr. Yo loses 1, kills 1 in the process, so no change right there. This is the first TC, or rather the second TC for Mr. Yo right here on the right side. Now, seems a bit, well, I guess this is just to have some sort of map control. This CC seems a little bit in the middle of nowhere. I would have expected him to place one in here or something. But I guess this is to give him a little bit of map control. And this is Yo doing some more raiding over here in the left and the right side of DauT's map. And finally, DauT is doing what I was expecting him to do before. Just move these villagers from the right side over here to the left side and make sure they are safe. In the meanwhile, this is as Mr. Yo moving in, and we have to take a look at the military numbers. These are 25 units for Mr. Yo, as you can see over here on my dashboard, and only 17 for DauT. So he could be in trouble over here. He could be in trouble, maybe even consider doing Mayan War. In the meanwhile, we can see DauT moved out with his army. He was trying to search for something to hit, ran straight into TC, and he will be in a hard time here, in my opinion. This is Mr. Yo running around here. He will be able to take so many villages if DauT is not looking at this. No, well, he saves all of them. So nice job by DauT over here. But I do worry for DauT here. He's just walking under the TC. Mr. Yo is not seeing this, so this is good for him. He just parked his army under the TC. Mr. Yo sees this now, but he will lose so many, so many numbers, because Mr. Yo does have an army at home as well. And oh my god, why DauT? Why? You could see the TC was there before. You could see it, man. Why do you just run straight into that TC over there? It's beyond me. It's really beyond me. I wouldn't be sure. Why is he doing this? And in the meanwhile, this is Mr. Yo spreading his army like a cancer. He's got crossbows everywhere in the map. And look at the population difference. It's already favoring Mr. Yo by such a huge margin. And yeah, there we go. That's the GG call for DauT. And you have to say, this was not an early GG. This was indeed a GG. This was done. This was over for DauT. And not a very nice start for him. You gotta say, not a very nice start for him. That's the 1-0 here for Mr. Yo. Let's correct the score. 0-1. And here we go. Quite surprising to be this fast. But yeah, well, that's the way it is. That's the way it is, boys. That's the way it is. Seconds to go, people. That's gonna be game 2. Home map for DauT. And what are we to expect here? Regicide Fortress. I see here in the chat some people saying it's gonna be Regicide Fortress. I think I can't really say this. I see, well, Regicide Fortress it is. Mayan War, not a huge surprise here. Not a huge surprise for anyone. Mayans are pretty much the standard civilizations on this map. And I think I'm allowed to say this. I just saw Yo last few days, yesterday and 2 days before, practicing a lot of this map. So he knew exactly that DauT was going to pick it. And here, I saw him practice this map with Paladin. Well, you have to think Paladin is surely not on this top shape when it comes to 1v1 play. But Mr. Yo won 3 games in a row against Paladin, pretty much with a very dominant performance here. So I think he is very much ready to face DauT on this map. But we'll have to wait and see Mr. Yo bringing in his first boar already. We can talk a little bit about the maps over here. We can see quite a nice castle placement here for Yo, in my opinion. Defending here the front of his base. And the gold seems to be here a little bit of the, well, quite exposed here, the left side of his base. But if you consider that Yo can just wall a little bit over here, that gold is going to be quite safe, in my opinion, and no problem for him. Taking a look at DauT. What about DauT? Yeah, well, his gold's quite forward as well here at the front of his base. He's got a castle next to it. But still, yeah, we've got to think that if Mr. Yo manages to park a few plume dodgers over here at the right side, he will be able to do some nice raiding in there. We'll have to wait and see what will both players do. Both of them have just brought in their first boards with the Eagle Warrior, something you see players doing quite often as well. Because do keep in mind, you can just heal the Eagle Warrior back inside the TC. DauT going now for the second board. What about Mr. Yo? Yeah, doing exactly the same thing. So something that is worth looking at is also the relics distribution. We've got one relic here favoring Yo pretty much over here in the left side, another one here at the right side, we've got another one here and another one here, so looks to me like 4 of them are pretty much sort of favoring Mr. Yo, and only one quite neutral here in the middle of the map here at the right side. So a little bit unlucky for DauT, who needs to take care with this game. The castle is just fighting at it. Whew. This was close. This was close. This was like so close, DauT. So close, man. I think he just got the scare of his life, running back with the king now, because that's really what he needs to do. One more shot onto that king, and he would be done. He would be done. Really, really dangerous play here by DauT. Yeah, I think he's not going to take any more risks going back with the king. Eventually going to... No. Well, okay. No, he's still up to it. He's still up for the risk. Keeps exploring a little bit with it, and we'll go into his point of view. Yeah, he keeps exploring with it. I do wonder where his Eagle Warrior is. I can't seem to find his Eagle Warrior. Did he just lose it or something? No, it's here, it's here. So he will be scouting with both. Anyway, as you could see before, DauT is the first one to click up to Feudal Age. He is on 21 villagers, while Mr. Yo chooses to do one more villager, and therefore will go up to Feudal Age a little bit later. Where is Mr. Yo's king, by the way, while we're at it? Where does Mr. Yo have his king? Around here, full HP still. So he's being a little bit more cautious with it, something I think really is advisable at this point. DauT still scouting a little bit here at the left side of his map. There's only a gold there to be found, and he will find it straight away. There he goes. Mr. Yo. What about Mr. Yo? Does he know? Yeah, he still didn't find DauT. That's what I was wondering about, if he does know where is DauT. No, he does not know at this point. He will now pretty much assume that it's got to be somewhere around here, and I will expect him to go there anytime soon. Almost made it to Castle Age is DauT here with the 21 villagers, as we just said before. He will drop a market and a blacksmith and make it straight to Castle Age. Pretty much the standard play in this kind of maps. That's the market there, that's the blacksmith there, and he's playing this pretty much the way we would expect him to. What about Mr. Yo? He pretty much on Feudal Age himself, almost 100% there. Also, blacksmith and market will be made here by Mr. Yo. Over here at the front, what about the blacksmith over there at the back? Nothing unusual so far. Everything pretty much standard. And we will have to wait for Castle Age to see some more action in this Regicide Fortress map, Game 2. Mr. Yo waiting a little bit with his Eagle Warrior right there. He could try to attack here the king from DauT. That's what he's gonna do. DauT needs to move back. Yes, and he goes on the other way. Needs to go inside straight away. Okay, looks like this is going to be fine. But once more, he risks another hit over there. DauT playing with fire here, in my opinion. Playing so much with fire. I'm happy that this went well for him. But I would love to see him play a little bit more cautiously and not go into so many risks at this point. DauT, the first one to click up to Castle Age, as we just said before. He's gonna go up with 23 villagers. 23 villagers, yes, and Yo here is gonna go up with 24 villagers, so the same difference stands between both players. None of them seems to have lost any time during Dark and Feudal Age, so we will have to wait and see how will they play this on Castle Age. The gold position here for DauT does feel quite quite good and quite good for Yo. This does feel like a good placement for a raiding, in my opinion. So maybe, just maybe, Mr. Yo wants to go really aggressive on cancellation, push through that gold, and maybe through the right side of the map. Well, we'll have to wait and see, because the castle really is there, and once he's got the +2 range and attack, it will be able to defend so much map that we'll have to wait and see. Still scouting here is DauT. Let me take a look at his scouting. He knows pretty much exactly where Mr. Yo is. He was hit by that castle, as we just said before in the beginning of the game. He was able to spot this relic over here, so he knows where some of the relics are. He can see that one over there too, but usually players don't go for the relics very soon, not like in Arena. Castle Age being reached now by DauT, and he's still waiting on 10 stone to be able to drop down his third TC. He's gonna go for the first one over here at the left side. Sort of expected, nothing to say about this one. That's what I would have expected him to put one. Eventually, we're going to see another TC over here to try and protect this gold. We'll have to wait and see. He's just spent the wood he had on the Bosa upgrade. That's a very important upgrade. Gives a lot more wood boost for players, and he's just gonna wait now a little bit longer until he's got that 275 wood to drop a third TC, and I'm expecting to see it somewhere around here. Let's see what is Mr. Yo doing on the other side. He's dropped his first TC over here at the front, also not very unexpected. Also from him, I'm expecting a TC somewhere around here on the left side. Eventually, he will go out and place one over there. He does have the resources for the third one. Is he going to make it straight away? We will have to wait and see. Looks like he is waiting a little bit for the third TC. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna wait a little bit with it. What about DauT? Is he doing it? No, he's not doing it either. Looks like they are investing a little bit more in plumed archers at this point. This is a nice snipe here by Mr. Yo. He was able to take down the Eagle Warrior from DauT over here, and it seems like he is the first one to move in, and this is something quite unexpected for me. He went straight away for the +2 upgrade. That's a +2 attack and range in these plumed archers, and I don't see such a thing by DauT at this point. Yeah, he's only on the +1. He's not researching it either, and he did do a third TC, but not where I was expecting him to. Not over there in the front, but rather over here at the back on another wood. We'll have to see if that was the correct decision or not. And I can see in the mini-map that Mr. Yo is dropping a third TC as well, pretty much where we expected it to be, over there at the left side. Anyway, Mr. Yo knows exactly where he needs to go. That's that goal. That's what I was expecting him to do. And let's see if he will be able to take one or two villagers here. The castle is firing upon his plumed archers, so he manages to take one villager, because do bear in mind, they do not have loom. So that was a nice snipe here by Mr. Yo. Loses one plumed archer in the process. But all in all, I would say, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I would say that's fine for him. That's fine, because plumed archers just produce so much faster, and DauT has such a low number of villagers on gold that, in my opinion, that might be just worth it for him. Take a look at the villagers, quite close for both players. That's 36 villagers for Yo, 37 now for DauT. They keep going up and down, so pretty close over there. As you can see, DauT has got the military lead. He's on 12 units, while Mr. Yo only on 10. DauT still only on the +1 though. Seems like he's waiting a little bit to get that +2 range and attack. And he is now the one to move forward. And if he tries to go here, he might be able to snipe one or two villagers. Those villagers do not have loom as well, but the castle has got a huge range by now. That's an 8+2. So DauT really needs to take care about this. He needs to just shot and move away straight away. Is that what he's going to do? Yes, that's one villager down. He did not manage to get the second one. So nice reaction here by Mr. Yo, being so fast, moving those villagers back. Really well done, but nice job by DauT as well, getting one of the villagers, because that's what he was looking for. Eventually a second one here on the way. No, not this time, at least not this time. And in the meanwhile, this is Mr. Yo moving in here from the left side. DauT still no loom for DauT, so maybe, just maybe, if Mr. Yo manages to be sneaky enough, he will be able to take another villager down. DauT wants to be really careful with these plumed archers. He does know exactly where the castle is. He knows that he can't move too close to this side, otherwise he will be under castle fire. So he just stands over here and hopes that at some point some villager is going to come up there. Anyway, Mr. Yo did go all the way around to make sure he doesn't show DauT where his army is, and it looks like he's going to move straight into this TC and eventually going to get a nice number of villagers over there as well. DauT still no loom for DauT still, so he needs to be on point if he wants to keep his villagers alive. No, looks like he's gonna lose at least one. There goes the second one. Nice job here by Mr. Yo, being really sneaky, well done, and looks like DauT didn't manage to trade those two lost villagers. This body over here still seems to be the one from the villager before. This is DauT making the loom first because he does not want to just lose villagers like that anymore. He has just gathered a few of them over here, and he will be able to release them in no time, but he does not have any army over there, so he eventually needs to bring a few of his villagers over there to the left side. And this is the perfect moment to look once more to the dashboard, and we've got 55 villagers, 54 for Mr. Yo. The military is incredibly close as well. That's 22 military units for DauT. That's 20 military units for Mr. Yo. So all in all, still pretty much a close game. Nothing is decided at this point, and DauT seems to smell where exactly is Mr. Yo going with his army. He goes here to the left side of his map, trying to find the army of Mr. Yo. The fog of war shows us he can't see it. Yeah, he will miss it. He will miss it by only a few tiles, but he will miss it. So that's a little bit of lost time, lost army time there for Mr. DauT. But as we just said before, the game's still pretty much close. Hard to say who's got the lead, and we'll have to wait a little bit more to see who manages to put himself ahead of the other player. We can see Will Barra being done here by DauT. It's going to be a little bit earlier, while Mr. Yo only now finished the bow saw upgrade, something that DauT has done quite a long time ago. So you would expect that DauT would have a bit better economy at this point. The dashboard sort of shows it. Looks like the villager is going now a little bit in favor of DauT. That's 64 to 62. Still very, very close though. The only thing I don't like for DauT at this point is that he's still on +1. Looks like he's waiting a little bit too much, in my opinion, to make that +2 upgrade. And both players with a lot of army by now. That's 28 units for DauT. That's 24 units for Mr. Yo. I can feel it, guys. I can feel it. The first big battle in this match is going to happen quite soon. I just wish, yeah, there we go. That's the +2 for DauT. That's what I was expecting to see. And DauT moves in here into this part of Yo's map, pretty much the same part as well. Yo was patrolling this a little bit sooner, so he manages to take a few more kills. That's 2 for Mr. Yo, only 1 for DauT. And oh, but I failed to see this. So here is Mr. DauT with 1 mangonel moving in. What about Yo? Does he have? No, he doesn't have a siege workshop, so he might be in trouble when trying to defend from this. He needs to be really careful and avoid any shots from this mangonel. Looks like he was able to avoid it, but he needs to run back. He can't just try to tackle now the army because there's too much plumed archers. He needs to go back. He suffers quite a big shot over there. Only lost 1, but look how many are on low HP by now. He needs to go back a little bit and drop a siege workshop of his own, which is pretty much what he is doing over here. And this is the time for Mr. DauT to try and raid the woodland of Mr. Yo, but Mr. Yo is not a fool. This guy does know how to play this game. He moves away the whole of his woodline with those villagers walking away from there because he does know how dangerous that spot is for him at this point. Anyway, it looks like Mr. Yo does not give, I wanted to use a bad word, so sorry about that. Mr. Yo is not worried about this army here from DauT. He is going to move in with his army. He's going to move in here at the front side of DauT's map, and I do know where he wants to go. He wants to go for that gold once more, because that's the spot on DauT's map that's the most vulnerable in my opinion, and that's exactly where he's going to go in my opinion. I did see someone completing the ballistics upgrade, if I'm not mistaken. That was DauT. DauT is still losing a little bit of time over here. DauT needs to realize there's no economy there for Mr. Yo. Killing that lumber camp is not going to do anything for you, sir. And here is Mr. Yo moving in towards the gold of DauT. Yeah, DauT as well. Very cautious here. Very nicely done by DauT. He moves back his villagers. Make sure that Mr. Yo does not have enough range to kill too many units. And yeah, and this is the castle with enough range now to tackle the army of Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo needs to move back with his army as well. Does DauT have a mangonel coming out of that siege workshop? No, he does not. No, he does not. So that would have been quite good for him in my opinion. But that's not what he's doing right here. He's now trying to trap here the army of Mr. Yo. This might end up being really good for him because if I'm not mistaken, DauT is the one with the ballistics already. I don't think Yo has got it at this point. And let's see how the fight goes. The upgrades are quite the same for both players. That's +1 armor and +1 armor for both players. Well, considering that DauT is the one with the ballistics, I would have expected him to take advantage of it. I would have expected him to use one runner or something. But here we go. That's a huge win here for DauT. You have to wonder, why wasn't Mr. Yo just moving away? The army was quite obvious that he was going to lose that battle. So looks like a bit of a careless play right there by Mr. Yo. He did manage to take down the mangonel over there, as DauT does not seem to have been looking at that part of his army. And a nice snipe by Mr. Yo, but this could be dangerous for him. This could be really dangerous for him. This is DauT, the first one clicking up to Imperial Age. What about Mr. Yo? Oh my god, he's still missing so many resources. Why the hell? What happened, Mr. Yo? The villager number is still quite the same. It's still pretty much the same as we just said before. So I'm sort of wondering, why did this happen? Well, I can see a 4th TC here by Mr. Yo. I'm not sure if that was what caused the delay over here. But anyway, DauT is going to be the first one to go to Imperial, that's for sure. He needs to make sure he avoids this mangonel. Ooh, suffers quite a bad shot over there. That's quite a bad shot. Loses 2. One of them is really hurt. But still, it just moves in. He might consider sniping this villager. No, he does not. He does not want to do that. Moves back with his army. And I really want to check DauT's economy. Yeah, he's only on 3 TC, while Mr. Yo on 1, 2, 3, 4 TCs, as we just said before. And you have to think, is that really worth it, Mr. Yo? Is that really worth it? Delaying your Imperial time by doing 1 more TC? I guess we'll have to wait and see. This is DauT here, placing his 2nd castle already. What about Yo? Yo has got 2 castles already, so that's good for him. A castle right there at the hill, so quite a nice placement. Will protect a lot of economy over there, so I like this castle placement a lot for Mr. Yo. And this is Imperial Age reached by DauT. He needs to make sure he does not suffer any bad hit from this mangonel. Let me see if he can actually see it. Yeah, he can see now the plumed archers here for Mr. Yo. But then again, you've got more. DauT. Just move in and try to kill it. No, he plays this really cautiously, goes back. He's waiting for the +3. He's waiting for Thumb Ring as well. So DauT will be the one with more resources, with more technologies for his army. And Mr. Yo needs to be really careful. He needs to make sure he keeps all of his army alive, and all of his villagers for that matter as well. Another really nice castle in my opinion going down there. I do wonder, is DauT doing any kind of siege? Yes, he's doing trebuchets. He's doing trebuchets already, and you have to think that he will have more of those than Mr. Yo will, because Mr. Yo clicked up to Imperial Age a little bit later. This is DauT here, still waiting and searching for a place to hit. A little bit of Yo's economy. Mr. Yo, once more, just really on spot, really on point. Moves back his villagers right on time. Make sure he does not lose a single one. And taking a look, I think this is really the perfect point as well, the perfect timing to look at the dashboard once more. That's a small lead here on the villagers by Mr. Yo. That's 117 against 113 by Mr. DauT. The military, quite close. Mr. Yo is winning when it comes to raw numbers, but at this point, it's DauT with more of the upgrades. He's doing now the elite plumed archer, he's doing capped rams, he's got the +3 already. I'm missing chemistry, yeah, and just right as I say it, he manages to click it. And what is this? What is this moving on here on the left side of DauT space? This is Mr. Yo moving in with a few villagers. What is he going to do here? He's going to steal. Look at this guy. He's just going to steal that stone over here on DauT's map. But anyway, let's go back to the fight. Looks like DauT will be able to take down one of Yo's castle, and there he is, just right at the time where Yo makes it to Imperial Age. So this is once more quite a nice move by DauT. He seems to be getting more and more advantage in this game. He will try to push from this side. He's got capped rams. He's waiting for the chemistry upgrade to kick in, and still does not have enough resources for the siege ram. But I am expecting him that he will have it very, very soon. And this castle is just so aggressive by Mr. Yo. Yeah, Mr. Yo is trying to raid with only a few units, and I'm afraid for DauT that this is going to be so effective. Only 4 units are going to be able to kill so many villagers, in my opinion. But let's go back to the front side of the map here. This is DauT with 3 rams, Mr. Yo only on 1, and DauT does need to be careful with this. He wants to make sure that he does not lose any of those rams. And here goes the big fight. DauT is outnumbering. He's got a lot more upgrades than Mr. Yo does. So I do think that DauT should not really have gone back with that army. He's got a lot more upgrades. Oh my god! Did I just see this right? Was this a ram killing 3 trebuchets at once? Oh, if that was the case, that's gotta hurt. That has got to hurt. And in the meanwhile, look at this raid over here at the downside. Just as we said before, that raid is going to be so deadly. So many dead villagers over there. And this is Mr. Yo now with more rams, and the units are still quite close for both players. The only thing going good here for DauT is that he's got the +4, while Mr. Yo still missing it, but not for long, not for long. Chemistry upgrade almost completed here by Mr. Yo as well. And DauT really needs to take care of these plumbers. Look how many dead bodies over here. Look at this. It's just really nicely done by Mr. Yo. Such a huge amount of damage with such a small number of units. I think this is also the right time to take a look at the relics. That's 1 for Mr. Yo. That's none. That's none for DauT. DauT doesn't even have a monastery. So this castle, yeah, yes, it does reach. It does reach the wood line here of DauT. So once more, Mr. Yo being very aggressive over here in the right side of DauT's map. And I think DauT needs to take measures against this, because if Mr. Yo goes a little bit more forward, this gold will be in danger for DauT over here. Yeah, he's moving back now. And DauT himself managed to place a castle over there protecting this gold over here. Nicely done by DauT as well. He's going back fully with his army. I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do. Looks to me like he's giving Mr. Yo a little bit of time, maybe too much time. Anyway, in the meanwhile, this is Siege Ram for DauT and Siege Ram for Mr. Yo as well. And as you can see, DauT is going to be the first one to complete that upgrade. And at this point, I would be very surprised if players wouldn't be just spamming the hell out of those rams. This is just going to be rams, rams, and rams all over the place, and it's going to be siege rams for both players. Looks like 1 ram was not enough, and yeah, look at this. Still only 3 plumed archers, still doing the damage here. Some whole lot more dead villagers here. DauT needs to take care of this. He needs to send 3 or 4 plumed archers and take care of this before he loses the whole of his economy. In the meanwhile, this is Mr. Yo trying to raid a little bit on the left side as well. Really nicely done here for Mr. Yo, but on the left side, doesn't look like he's going to be much. He's going to be very lucky with that. Anyway, this is DauT here, outnumbering Mr. Yo's army by a whole lot here on that side. But this is a huge ram train here by Mr. Yo. Does look to me like DauT has got enough rams of his own to stop the ram train here from Mr. Yo. But DauT wants to keep that castle alive at all costs. And this is why I thought moving the whole army over down here was a little bit of an overreaction in my opinion. Because Mr. Yo now has got a lot more units over here at the north side. He's got more rams as well. Even though it looks like DauT is doing nice damage of killing them. Yes, looks like he's microing the Rams a lot better. Mr. Yo went straight into the castles and did not mind the Rams of DauT. So this was a nice job here by DauT. Very nicely done. On the south side, you've got to think that this castle will go down very, very soon. But oh my god, look at this. This is... Mr. Yo, with only a few units, was able to clear the whole right side of DauT's economy. This is quite crazy and really, really nice play here by Mr. Yo. DauT needs to be careful with this army, needs to go back a little bit more, wait for the reinforcements, and then push with all his strength. The castle's still not down. That castle looks to be on steroids for some reason. And looks like finally DauT is going to take care of business here in the south side of the map. Nicely done here. And once more, a bit of an overreaction here by DauT. He does not need 4 Rams. You really only need 1, sir, in my opinion. And in the meanwhile, this is Mr. Yo here trying to find a spot to hit as well. He's trying to go here through the left side. Looks to me like the base for DauT is quite well protected here at the left side as well. Oh, even though he's got a few plumed archers over here as well, killing a lot of economy here at the left side of the map. And no big surprise here, no big surprise. That's Mr. Yo with the villager advantage. But at this point, let's be honest, no one cares about the villagers. Everything that matters are the plumed archers. And once more, a massacre here at the middle of the map with Mr. Yo just raiding all over the place, killing so many villagers once more. DauT is gonna lose a lot more economy over there. I do think he's waiting a little bit too long to start going aggressive on Mr. Yo, man. You've got so much more Rams, so many more Rams, man. This is really the time for you to go all in, put your army together, just walk straight into Yo space, and I think you will be successful, sir. I do think so. This was DauT trying to raid a little bit here on the left side. Doesn't look like he was as successful as Mr. Yo was on other parts of the map. And I've just seen before Mr. Yo collecting the relics, but let's leave that for a few minutes later. This is it, guys. This is it. This is the push for DauT. This is it. These are like 10 Rams or something. These are 3 trebuchets. These are a whole lot of plumed archers over here, and you've got to think that Mr. Yo needs to take care of this before it's too late. That castle is going to fall. There's no mistake. Make no mistake here. That castle is going to fall, and Mr. Yo trying desperately to put up a castle over here at the right side. I think he's got enough villagers to do so. Yes, he's got enough villagers. And in the meanwhile, at the same time, Mr. Yo unleashes the ram train. These are only 4, though. Only 4. Looks like DauT has got enough numbers here to try and stop this. And in the meanwhile, so many rams over here. If he just patrols them in, this is the whole initial base of Mr. Yo that will vanish in only a couple of minutes. But in the meanwhile, something I was failing to see, and looks like DauT is failing to see this as well. DauT is losing a whole lot of map control over here. He just lost a lot of units as well. That castle is gonna fall anytime soon. Anytime soon, and this is a whole lot of army here for Mr. Yo. But let's see how is the raid going on the other side. Most of the Rams are gone on this side here for Mr. Yo. For DauT, that is. Well, he's still got a few over there on the castle. Let's hope for DauT he does not lose this trebuchet. Yes, he manages to keep it alive. That castle will fall as well. Will fall quite soon. So, when it comes to castles, looks to me like DauT is winning. He killed more castles than Mr. Yo did, but you've got to think the economy is going to be hurting for DauT. It's 100 villagers. Is this enough to keep the economy running? We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, a lot of villagers are going to go down here as well for Mr. Yo. This is going to hurt him a little bit, in my opinion. And DauT still has got a few rams of his own. Well, we seem to have a little bit of lag over here, but oh well, boy. Who is winning this now, guys? Who is winning this? I don't know. A lot more Rams coming in here. This castle is going to fall as well, that's for sure. The military numbers very close for both players. That's 83-83 at this point. The castle is going to go down, that's for sure. And what about this side over here? Looks like Mr. Yo doing a good job here with his Rams. He killed 1 trebuchet. He's gonna lose this Ram now. The only thing that I think is really good here for Mr. Yo is that DauT still did not see that most of Yo's economy is over here at the top side of the map. And for the first time in the match, this is Yo taking the score lead, and he's doing a very heavy push over here in the middle of the map. He's got so many units. He's got more, does he? Yeah, he's got more villagers, not by a lot, but he still has got a whole lot of villagers, and this could mean trouble for DauT. This could mean real trouble for DauT. I want to take a look really fast at the relics. Yeah, DauT does not even have a monastery. And what about Mr. Yo? He's got 3 relics, 3 relics for Mr. Yo, so also there, a nice advantage for Mr. Yo. A castle goes up here by DauT, but yeah, you've got to think, how much longer is it gonna stay there, DauT? How much longer? You don't seem to have many rams left, and Mr. Yo has still got a whole lot of them. This is a whole lot of rams. Mr. Yo takes the hill. He's gonna move his rams just in front of his army, and this is the right thing to do. So looks to me like Mr. Yo slowly but surely taking the advantage over here at this map, while it seemed at some point, it did seem like DauT had the control, had the advantage, but in my opinion, he was a little bit slow to push. He was too slow to push. He just moved his army all the way down there when it really was not necessary, and this means trouble for DauT in my opinion. That castle is still there, but the rest of the rams are gonna move in now, and you'll have to think that this castle will fall anytime soon for DauT as well. A nice raiding is happening over here too, that's for sure, but still, this is Mr. Yo leading when it comes to raw villager numbers and when it comes to military numbers as well. Let's see how this fight goes here for DauT. He does need to move the rams in front. Yeah, well, Mr. Yo does not get fooled by this. He moves back with his army and makes sure he's got a very nice position, and he indeed got a very nice position here. DauT is shooting at the rams while Mr. Yo is killing the army. I think DauT is not looking at this. This is not good for DauT in my opinion, but anyway, looks like DauT is the one bringing in the rams right now, so still quite close, less villagers for DauT, but really close. That's 105, 103 for DauT, but the military at this point favoring Mr. Yo. But do keep in mind that DauT has got more rams at this point, and he is the one going to push now, and there's a whole lot of plumed archers for both players, a whole lot of plumed archers, but the rams are more important at this rate in my opinion, and DauT does have more rams. He does need to make sure he does not let them just there alone. He does need to make sure that he's got his plumed archers over there to help protect them. In the meanwhile, Mr. Yo trying to raid here the gold of DauT. Looks like he is able to kill a lot of villagers, but DauT has got enough rams on that side of the map, so he will be alright with that. Looks like DauT does not like this spot to push. He's going to try and go here a little bit further left, which then again, in my opinion, is a really nice option for him. This is where most of Yo's economy is. Just imagine if DauT comes here with a few plumed archers. How many villagers is he going to be able to kill over there? Anyway, let's see how will this go here. Yeah, DauT loses a few villagers trying to get that gold over here, and so close, man, so close. The number of rams really similar at this point, or at least it looked like it was similar. DauT bringing in more rams here, and this is gonna come out. Who's got the better ram micro? And it looks like, yeah, DauT just lost a few too many rams in my opinion. He still does seem to have a little bit more. That's 6 versus 3 at this point, and maybe now DauT, it's the time to start pushing here. He still's got a whole lot of rams over here. Yeah, he needs to use these ones as well, and eventually try to push through here, even though there's not really much economy on that side. Anyway, let's take a look at how the fight is going. This is the in my opinion, this is the time for DauT to attack. He's got rams. Mr. Yo does not have any rams whatsoever, so this is the time to attack. Put the rams in front and attack with the plumed archers. No, looks like he's not interested in doing so. I think he thinks that his army is not big enough to do that, but in my opinion, if he just places the rams inside, just in front of his army, he would be able to kill the whole army of Mr. Yo, but looks like DauT does want to play this a little bit more safe, and he's doing this now, but once again, only the Rams, the Plum Archers need to come as well. Okay, I like this, let's see how this fight goes for DauT. I think this could be potentially a very nice fight for him if he does put a few Rams over here as well. No, he's only putting them here on the right side, but a few reinforcements coming in from the other side as well, so nice job here by DauT. He's making Yo go back a little bit more with his army. Still so close, guys. So hard to predict who's gonna win this. So hard to predict, in my opinion. A very tough fight here. DauT splitting his army a little bit too much. You need to go back with your army, sir. Go back a little bit more in order to keep your army alive. Or it looks like he cares a little bit more about the Rams. And in the meanwhile, he's letting Yo get that gold over there. This is not ideal for him. We can take a look at the resources. Well, looks like DauT has still got a whole lot of gold. Looks like he is fine when it comes to wood as well. And he does look to me like Yo was the one hurting for gold. Some more raiding over here, and it looks like both players are out of Rams at this point, but DauT has just found here a very nice place to raid. Does he see? Yeah, he can see there's gold over there, so he can just move a few villagers over there and eventually try to capture that gold over there. In the meanwhile, I'm not sure what he killed there, but I'm not sure I like this. I'm not sure I like him having his Rams all alone over there at that side of the map, because Rams are so valuable at this point in the game when the gold starts to be short. Once more, let's take a look at the military, and looks like this is a huge advantage for Mr. Yo when it comes to military at this point. That's 90 units and only 50 for DauT. So this is it, DauT. You need to gain advantage now. Yeah, moving in with the Rams, this is the right thing to do in my opinion. Mr. Yo knows that very damn well. He's not gonna let that happen. He goes back a little bit with his army as well. And what about the villagers? At this time, at this point in game, looks like DauT managed to get the villager advantage here. That's 90 villagers against 80 villagers, but just as we said before, villagers really do not matter that much at this point, and that's Mr. Yo getting the 4th relic. I do wonder how much longer are you gonna wait, DauT, before you get them one over there. I think he's not thinking enough ahead of time, and it might end up hurting him in late game, because Mr. Yo will have 4 relics and eventually a 5th one if he does see this one on time. Looks like that TC is gonna fall, but then again, I don't think Mr. Yo is gonna be too bothered about that. He wasn't really making villagers out of that one, and maybe DauT will now see the monastery and realize and maybe think that this is the time for him to start gathering the relics as well. Let's wait and see. But once more, he moves the whole of his army right here to the right side of the map. Seems to me like an overreaction once more by DauT here, but let's wait and see. Mr. Yo is the one trying to split his army a little bit, trying to do some raiding at some point. Does look to me like both players are now trying to catch a little bit of their breath. This has been a really intensive game so far, so close in all single aspects of the game, and this fight does look to me like would go in favor of Mr. Yo if DauT does choose to fight it, but no, he chooses to go back. He's got a few Rams over there, but not enough plumed archers, so I think he needs to GP with those Rams a little bit and wait for his army to come back. Yeah, his army is all here, so in my opinion, he needs to bring it down over here, and as you can see, this whole side of Yo seems to be cleared up, so that would be his opportunity to try and put some villagers over there and take that gold. At the same time, this is Mr. Yo still pushing here, killing more and more villagers. He's got only 3 Rams, so this is the only thing I see good going for DauT here. He's still leading when it comes to the Ram count. But the plumes, man, still in favor of Mr. Yo, but not by that much, I'm quite surprised when I look now at my dashboard. That's 88 units for Yo and 77 for DauT. So let's see if this is the time where DauT goes all the way in. Just go all the way in, bring in the Rams, bring in the plumed archers. He does seem to be matching the numbers. No, don't go back with those. Why DauT? Why? Yes, come back here. Make make your army together, put them all together, push straight here into the left side of the map, and I think you will be successful, sir. I think you will be successful, but we have to wait and see a little. He's losing so much time. What is he doing? What is he doing, really? In my opinion, he needs to concentrate all his efforts over here. That's where most of Mr. Yo's economy was, to be fair. He still has got a few villagers over there, but he seems to have shifted much of his economy over there as well. In the meanwhile, looks like DauT is still fighting for this gold over here. This is Mr. Yo with more units over here, but DauT does have the hill, and he does have a few rams over there as well. That gold, yeah, that gold is still over there. There's still 700 gold to be collected from there. So I don't think that's something to be neglected. Losing time, he's down here, gathering his army, that's good, but now it's the time to push, sir. Now it's the time to push. The numbers have gone up for DauT as well. That's 90 units against 94 from Mr. Yo, so this is good. This is good for DauT, in my opinion. I think this castle will be safe, at least for now, and this is the time where DauT needs to go all in, but he's splitting his army once more. I think in this timing point, this raid is gonna be really good, so I like this for DauT. In the meanwhile, looks like Yo messed up his patrol a little bit over there, and he seems to have lost a few units. He's bringing in the rams from behind. I'm not sure if that is going to be able to save him. In the meanwhile, that's DauT killing all the villagers over here. This is going to be really bad for Mr. Yo. He's going to be hurting for economy, and yeah, DauT needs to take care of this army. He needs to GB a little bit with it, otherwise he's gonna lose it completely. Yeah, and it does look like that is what is going to happen, even though he's focusing the army once more. I just heard that DauT lost a castle. Yeah, I would assume that would have been that castle over there, and looks like Mr. Yo is the first one to switch to elite skirmishers, and that's where you know a game is being really close, when players feel the need to switch to skirmishers because the gold is running out. Let's take a look at Mr. Yo. Yeah, he's the one with the 4 relics, but he is hurting for gold as well. As you can see, only 130 gold for him. So that means, Mr. DauT, if you want to win this game, you have to push now, and you have to push fast, because you will be behind when it comes to gold units. You will be behind because you don't have a single relic, and the 5th relic is still waiting here. Looks to me like Yo could be the one trying to take it, but apparently he did not see it, at least not yet. The villager number really low for Mr. Yo at this point. That's 56 against 67 for DauT. DauT will now move in. I only see 1 ram by Mr. Yo. Yeah, okay, that was 1 ram. These are 3 now, and that makes me think that DauT does need a few rams more as well. Mr. Yo seems to be playing sort of ambitiously here. He's not going to try and defend this part of his map. Looks like he's just going to try and push over here in the south side. So once more, really hard for me to say who's got the advantage. The score tells me that Yo has got the advantage. He's pushing here on the right side. Looks like he somehow was able to make DauT move away with the army. So once more, he's gonna have control of that goal. So I correct myself. It does look to me at this point that Mr. Yo is the one with the advantage. And after 1 hour in game, it does finally look for him that the game is in his control. He's got 4 relics. He's got gold over here. He's got gold over here as well. He's got the rams. He's got the numbers when it comes to military. That's 81 units against 40 units only by DauT. So I'm afraid this is slowly but surely the end of the line here for DauT. He fought really hard to get this game, and but this looked to me like in due time he will have to call the GG. He will be fighting for a little bit longer. It looks like he's making the archery ranges over here, so he will start making a few skirmishers as well, but the trouble comes from this side, in my opinion. This is where the trouble is for DauT. There are rams over here, there are plumed archers, there are skirmishers, and is the king over here? I think it is. Yeah, the king is over here. Mr. Yo should be able to know this. Yeah, he can see the flag over there in the castle. So this really is not looking good for DauT. Maybe he does need to move back as king over here. Otherwise, that could be dangerous for him. But this is just Mr. Yo outnumbering DauT on the military by such a large margin that I really have to think that DauT will have a trouble defending from this raid. Is DauT trying to do something here? Yeah, he is trying to do. In the meanwhile, losing so much economy over here at the left side. And the Rams will be able to take care of business, in my opinion. In the meanwhile, there's Yo taking the 5th relic. And yeah, even if the castle does not fall right now, Mr. Yo knows damn well where that king is. And DauT is just gonna fall more and more behind. You can see, let's take a look at the gold. Yeah, the gold is pretty much non-existent for him. That's 23 gold. He's not gathering gold from anywhere. Mr. Yo does not have a whole lot of gold, but he does have 5 relics. So in due time, you have to think that DauT won't be able to keep up with the RAM production, and he will have to call the GG. But let's see. It's never too late to try once more and get back the control of the map. He's doing a nice job over here. It looks like he's able to kill the army of Mr. Yo here. And, well, yeah, that gold is pretty much gone by now. It's only 400 left, so I'm not sure if that's, if he will even bother trying to send a few villagers over there. Looks like Mr. Yo is now bringing in the whole lot of his army. These are 100 units. 100 units for Mr. Yo. These are skirmishers. These are plumed archers. The only thing he's missing, in my opinion, is rams. And he does have the gold for it. But DauT acknowledges the situation and calls the GG. And this means that Mr. Yo has made it to the Maldives. Mr. Yo is in the Maldives at this point after an incredible game. Just an extraordinary game. One of the best ones I've seen so far on Regicide Fortress. Incredible play by both players. Mr. Yo takes it. Mr. Yo takes it to his favor that second game, and that means, as we just said before, that he is in the Maldives. DauT is still not out. DauT still has got the chance, but he now cannot afford to lose one more map.